So lawmakers are finally going to take action for the American people. Many Democrats are banding together to demand that President Biden pass this executive order in order to provide more financial relief to Americans during the crisis. So there are some new relief packages that are being worked on right now, and it's really good to see that President Biden is going to do this, everybody, and send out more stimulus payments. So Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren and dozens of other Democrats just officially called on Joe Biden to show his cards on student loan forgiveness and release a legal memo that his administration prepared about his powers to cancel the student debt. So the new request for the documents by 85 House and Senate Democrats comes as progressives are once again ramping up their pressure campaign to convince President Biden to cancel large amounts of student debt. That's ahead of the midterm elections. So the letter was led by Warren and Schumer and Representative Pramila Jayapal, Ayanna Pressley, and Elon Musk. So while Biden has been questioned in his legal authority to cancel student debt, the good news is that Biden has agreed with canceling more student loan debt. A White House spokesperson even said in a statement that the president supports Congress providing $10,000 in relief. Debt relief, that is. And he continues to look into what debt relief actions can be taken administratively. So the extension of the payment pause that is announced in December will give some breathing room to borrowers who are still coping with the crisis. According to the White House spokesperson, the Education Department will just continue working to ensure a smooth transition to repayment in May. The Biden administration's decision in December to reverse itself and extend the freeze on student loan payments and interest for another 3 months has encouraged activists who believe they can convince the White House to outright cancel large swaths of student loan debt. The new deadline for restarting monthly student loan payments and interest is May 1st. On the campaign trail, Biden backed $10,000 per borrower amount as an economic measure to respond to the crisis. So I believe that President Biden should keep his promise to the American people at least and cancel student loan debt. The Education Secretary Miguel Cardona has even said that the administration is continuing to have conversations about broader loan forgiveness even as it touts the debt it is canceled by expanding or improving existing programs. And now Nancy Pelosi has said that to revive President Biden's stalled Build Back Better package, Democrats may need to rebrand and make big changes to the massive climate and spending bill. Biden, during a news conference, has suggested that the House-passed Build Back Better Act may need to be broken up into chunks and then pieced back together to see what could win support from Joe Manchin, whose opposition derailed the $2.2 trillion package last month. And Pelosi took issue with Biden's use of the term chunks, but largely agreed with his assessment that the package would need to be changed again to gain more support from other lawmakers. Pelosi rattled off the major pieces that she would like to see in a revamped spending bill, which she said Democrats may have to rename. First on our list, hundreds of billions of dollars in provisions to combat climate change, and that's something President Biden said he believes he can push through the Senate. Now, Pelosi also pointed to provisions expanding healthcare coverage for millions of Americans and lowering the cost of prescription prices. Nancy Pelosi said she also doesn't want to give up on provisions that help children, including universal preschool and the expanded child tax credit. Pelosi added, "We have to have care at home, whether it's for children or older siblings or parents. There are big chunks of the bill that have to be contained in the new bill. And this is a reconciliation bill, and I'm sure we can agree upon something significant." Everybody, that's all the news in this fourth stimulus check update.
Of the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise this afternoon to use this hour to discuss Social Security 2100, a sacred trust. Or as Martin Luther King would remind us, the fierce urgency of now and Congress's need to act on Social Security. Let me start with the fact that Social Security is the nation's #1 insurance program. The #1 insurance program that some on the other side call an entitlement. There's nothing further from the truth, and this is easily verifiable. All you have to do is look at your pay stub. It says FICA. FICA stands for Federal Insurance Contribution. Whose contribution? Every citizen in the United States who pays into the program. It is an earned benefit and one that has never missed a payment. It is a guarantee, and that's why it's so vitally important to every American citizen. And Congress has been negligent. It has been 50 years since there has been an enhancement to the program. It's been more than 38 years since there was an attempt at solvency. And yet 38 years ago, Congress enacted a cut that will take place this January. The time to act is now. No more procrastination. So for all of our C-SPAN listeners, make sure that you contact your member of Congress in both houses. We are pleased that 200 plus people are original co-sponsors of the bill, and you'll hear from some of them today. And we've taken the liberty of pointing out to every member of Congress how many people in your district receive Social Security benefits and what that brings into your district on a monthly basis. I assure you, there is no more greater economic development plan for your district than what happens on a monthly basis to those who need it most. Let me reiterate again, Social Security is the #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and the #1 anti-poverty program for children as well. I have here, Madam Speaker, something we've done for every member of Congress. And in this case, we're illustrating our great leader, Representative Jim Clyburn, who is a proud co-sponsor of this bill. In his district in South Carolina 6, there are 149,433 Social Security recipients who receive $189 million in monthly benefits. That's monthly benefits. And there are 1.2 million Social Security recipients in South Carolina who receive 1.7 million in monthly benefits as well. For about half of senior beneficiaries, Social Security provides a majority of their income. Now imagine that. For half the seniors in the country, Social Security